Hello friends, thanks for choosing to join with us today to continue our enjoyable learning experience. Zippers. Zippers are all around us. On our trousers and our bags, hardly a day goes by without we zipping or unzipping something. So, if someone asks you if you knew how zippers worked, what would be your answer? I'm guessing, like most of us, you too would be quick to say, yes, I know, right? In today's video, let me tell you a story about a research which was conducted almost 22 years ago. So, in 22 years ago, two researchers had an interesting idea. They asked a group of students to rate on a scale of 1 to 7 how well they understood how zippers worked. As you might expected, most responses were at the upper end of the scale. That means those students are thinking they knew how zippers worked. Next, they gave those students pens and papers and asked them to explain how zippers work. I suggest that you pause this video right here and try doing that same exercise just so you know what happened back then. So afterward, those researchers asked from the same students one more time to rate their understanding of how zippers worked on the same 7-point scale. Most students lowered their score by a couple of points this time around. Isn't it fascinating, the result of the research, don't you think? So these researchers called this phenomenon the illusion of explanatory depth, or IOED. It is an illusion where people tend to believe they understand a topic better than they actually do. We think we understand how things work, even when we don't. It is true for zippers, bicycles, pandemics, and many other areas like economics and politics too. So I find this is hampering our opportunities in learning or understanding things. So how can we guard against this illusion of knowledge? Today I am going to explain 3 things that I found to be useful so we all can practice. First, resist the temptation to say, I know. We put too much of premium on being seen as knowledgeable, as knowing it all. So when a colleague or a friend starts to say something, we instinctively jump in and say, I know. What's the result? The other person stops in their tracks and doesn't tell us what they wanted to say. We effectively shut the door on new knowledge, new information, which could have helped refine our thinking. Secondly, stay curious. If there's something that everyone is talking about, and it interests you, of course, then try and dig deeper to understand it a bit better. Ask questions, read about it, listen to conflicting views so you understand both sides of the argument. Make that a habit and it will change your life. Third and the last point I found interesting is, if you want to understand something, really try explaining it to others. A good sign of mastery is the ability to make complex things simple. And a sure sign of half-baked knowledge is the tendency to use big words and jargon and make things look complicated. Now we all know 3 practices to guard ourselves against IOED, or the illusion of explanatory depth. Let's start from today to remain as a learner. Remember, we know less than we think we do. Thanks for your time. Let's meet again at Learn with Enjoy.